Hi YouTube, welcome to the first episode of the Comfy Chat series. Listen, that's a working name. It's a working name, it's all a work in progress. I feel like I like the name enough because that's what I'm going for here. I want to be comfy. We're peeling back the layers. There's gonna be no glam. I'm not wearing any makeup besides a little lip liner, but I'm always wearing a little lip liner, so that doesn't count. And I'm on the couch, as I always am, or the sofa. I really call it the sofa, but anything related to the sofa on YouTube was already taken, so we're gonna call it the couch. But here I am, I'm laying down, and we're gonna be chatting. Now, if you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Vero Iglesias. I was born and raised in Miami. I'm turning 30 this year, so that's gonna be a big topic of conversation. I currently don't live anywhere specifically. I'm kind of living out of a suitcase, so that's fun. I lived in cities all over the world. So I've lived in LA, Madrid, Barcelona, Glasgow, London. Where else? I think that's it. I'm an influencer now, but I'm really trained in law, and specifically family law, which means like I love the tea. Like I love talking about things. I'm very solution based. I'm like, let's figure it out. I love talking to people about their problems. I like to understand problems. I like to analyze things, and I like structure. Not all the time, not in my personal life, but when I'm talking, I like structure and figuring things out. And I like to give advice too. I love giving advice. The thing about me is I love being comfy. This is where you can find me the majority of the time. If I'm not filming, I'm editing on here for hours. So I thought this is where I feel the most comfortable, so it's where you're gonna get the most like honest conversation from me, where I'm not gonna be putting on like the influencer voice or like really editing myself down too much. So here we are, welcome. I wanna let you know before I continue, my DMs are always open. The comment section is always open, but specifically my DMs. If you wanna ask me anything, if you're going through something and you need advice on it, call me. Well, don't call me because you don't have my phone number, but DM me. Okay, so in today's episode, I want to focus on dating, specifically how to deal with mixed signals. And you might be asking yourself, like, what is this girl's qualifications to discuss this topic? I'll tell you, I was single for 10 years and I loved it. Being single's freaking amazing. And so even though I wasn't huge on dating, like I really didn't love dealing with men, I did it regardless, and I learned a lot from it. And also just like having other girlfriends who are single and being able to discuss their issues and give them advice, like I've been able to really kind of understand dating. I am in a relationship now. I don't know if I could ever really give relationship advice. I don't think it's my thing, but I'm really good at giving advice on like just dating and being single. So we're gonna stick to that. I'm drinking water today, by the way. Very rare. The mixed signals. We're back. The most annoying thing ever. The most annoying thing ever. Like I remember that I would be into a guy or whatever, and he would show interest in me, and he would text me, and then we'd go on a date, and he'd be like, oh my god, you're amazing. And then he would like maybe text me the other day, and then I wouldn't hear from him for weeks. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what do you mean? Like, what's happening here? And then he texts you like, oh my god, miss you, and like blah blah blah, let's go see each other this weekend. And it's been like 3 weeks since you last saw him. Or sometimes like the texts are dry, and you're like, okay, but we were having a great conversation the other day. Like, what could have changed between yesterday and today? And I remember I've asked friends, or friends have asked me, like, I don't know what to do. Like, he's giving me mixed signals. Like, do you think he likes me? Doesn't he like me? Do you think he hates me? And here's the thing. And this is tough love advice. That's one thing you're gonna get from me. I'm not the sensitive friend, okay? I'll try to be sensitive with your feelings, but I'm gonna tell you the truth because I think the truth is the best thing you could ever hear. If you're getting mixed signals from someone, and you're a woman, your intuition's like next level, we gotta start listening to it, okay? It doesn't mean they don't like you. It doesn't mean that they do like you. We can't really make conclusions off of anything. All you have to know is that you're not sure where they stand, and it's making you feel anxious. That's usually what happens. Now that's enough to stop investing in that person. It just is. It just is. And I know you still want to be like, okay, but like, do you think he likes me or doesn't he like me? And the reality is you will never know someone else's feelings unless they tell you about it and they're being honest. Because some people will be like, no, I don't know if I like you, but really they do like you, but they don't know how to be vulnerable. Or they're like, no, I do really like you. It's just that right now in life, and give you an excuse. And maybe they don't actually like you, but they don't want to tell you that they don't like you. So really, you will never know. The only thing that matters is that you feel good, okay? You will have to be satisfied with someone's words and their actions. And if this person is giving you anxiety because those things aren't adding up, it's time to stop investing in them. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm not saying close the door. I'm not saying never see them again. But I'm saying stop investing. So what does that look like in reality? It looks like, okay, let's say he hasn't texted you in 3 weeks and you're all anxious about it because the last text message conversation was amazing and you had a date the night before and it was so good and you're so confused. When he texts you the next time, I'm not saying don't go. I'm not saying reject him. I'm just saying make it a little difficult. Like if you have plans with your friends that weekend, be like, hey, sorry, I have plans with my friends this weekend. Can't do anything, but like I could do something next weekend. So like that's just a little example. And the most important thing, and I know it's really hard, particularly when you're just starting to date, is communication. Like that's really the most important thing. I mean, obviously you want to err on the side of caution of like not looking crazy. So I do think it depends how many dates you've been on with this guy. Like if you've seen this guy twice, no, we're not doing that. If you've been texting with him for 2 weeks, no, we're not, this is not the person we need to communicate with. You will look crazy. I'm sorry, you will. Once again, we're here for the truth. But if you've gone on 3 or more dates with this guy and you've been talking for, let's say, over a month or around a month, then you can look for communication. If this is someone that you genuinely think you're interested in and could genuinely see something working out with them. Not just someone that you've been single for a while and like you went on a date with him and it was a really good date and like you don't know if you like him for sure, but like it was fun and it was nice to get attention from someone. No. It's like you really have to think, this guy, I really could see something here. And I don't know if that fully makes sense, but the reality is you will never know what someone's intentions are or aren't. You will never know if someone says what they truly mean. You will never know if their actions are coming from, like you'll never know those things. But if you're feeling anxious, that's a pretty good sign that it may not be what you want it to be. And then you're like, okay, let's say you've been single for a while and you're like, oh, but I'm so frustrated. Let me give an analogy. I'm a big analogy girl, by the way. I use analogies all the time. They're my favorite thing in the world. So you'll be hearing a lot of those from me. But I want you to imagine that you've been fishing all day. You've been fishing all day. You haven't caught anything. Nothing has even like twinkled on the line. You know what I mean? Like no fish has even bit anything. It's been horrible. So you finally get a fish. And it's biting and you're like going back and forth and you really, really want to reel in. Whatever, the fish doesn't work out. The fish doesn't happen. And you just get so frustrated. And let's say the fish is like the ugliest fish in the world. It doesn't even have an eyeball. Like it's just a fish that you wouldn't even be able to eat. Say it's a poisonous fish. But you're like, oh, but I just want to catch it. I just want to bring it home because I haven't caught a fish all day. I don't know if this is a good analogy, but I'm sticking with it. And it's like, no, the fish is poisonous. Put the fish back. The fish isn't your fish. So maybe today isn't the day where you're gonna find a fish and you just have to take a day off and come back tomorrow and try fishing again, okay? And then one day you'll catch the fish and the fish will be perfect for you. Listen, that's not the best analogy I've ever come up with. I feel like you guys aren't gonna trust me with my analogies now. Usually I'm pretty good at them. But you know what I mean? It's like, let it go. Just let it go because it's not gonna be worth it. And if that fish isn't for you, it's not for you. And there's gonna be a better fish out there, you know? So you being confused, you being anxious is the answer. And it's stop investing. And if you're in a position to communicate, just communicate and be like, hey, like I just wanted to know, like, what's going on. I mean, that's not how I would say it. It depends on the situation. We can do a whole other comfy chat series on that specifically. But yeah, that's what I would say. Mixed signals are the answer. And they don't mean that he doesn't like you. They don't mean that he doesn't like you. But would you want a guy who likes you, who just like doesn't even know how to be an emotionally mature human being? Probably not. Even if he did like you, would you want a guy whose actions don't align with his words? Probably not. If he did like you, would you want a guy who just like doesn't know how to communicate his intentions? Probably not. So whether he likes you or not, I know we seek the validation and I know we want to know, but you really have to trigger your brain into leaning into that self-respect, into leaning into that self-love and being like, this anxiety is enough for me to stop investing. But have more self-respect, ladies. And this is advice I needed back in the day too, where it's like, just because he's cute, just because you've had fun once with him, doesn't mean you need to be so anxious because he hasn't texted you in a week. Like, ew, get over it. And I don't mean to sound harsh. That was really harsh. That was harsh. I'm giving that advice to my old self because I think about like, God, the sleep that I lost over men who like probably couldn't even make a reservation. You know, I deserve more than that. And I deserved more than that back then. And I deserved more than going weeks without receiving a text from a guy who pretended to be interested in me. And by the way, they always come back. That's a fact. I don't think I've had a singular guy not come back. But when they come back, they usually either reprove to you that they are just incapable, or you learned your lesson the first time with them. Anyways, that's enough of the tough love. That was our first comfy chat. I can make these comfy chats longer. I can make them about less specific topics, and we can talk about like just bigger topics. I can talk about anything. I can talk about anything, and I can talk about anything for hours. But I know we don't have the same attention span we once did, which is why I kind of made this first episode a little shorter. But let me know what you think. I can't wait to talk more. So fun. Once again, my DMs are always open. The comment section is always open, and I will chat with you guys later.